MOT, Men on Track.
Men on Track presents Kojwa Esale Metsi. In these troubled days, boys need guidance on how to live a disciplined life with our host, Bishop T. I am Tim Kulu. He will be with Mr. Ramos Morabe, Mr. Rocky Maponya, Mr. Eugene Ditako, and Pastor Jabum Bongo.
Every morning when you wake up, you should wake up thinking to say, there should be something I'm waking up to create. Because sometimes we waste time every day. You wake up, but at night you have nothing that you have already created. And it's important as a procreator, as a man, as a boy, to know to say every morning when you wake up, before night you go to sleep. Because every night, whatever you did the whole day plays in your mind. So it's important this morning to know, to say as a boy child, to say, how to say, you should have something that you create.
And in retrospect, I learned 2 lessons from that. The first lesson was that God pursues a relationship with a person long before that person can accept him. God knows about you young men in this room. God pursues a relationship with you. Even long before you came here this morning, he knew about you. He knew you will be here. Then I learned another second lesson from that experience. And that second lesson was that God moved with every step of faith. God moved with every step of faith. If we have faith in God, God will move on our behalf. I don't care. At this point in time, probably you are wondering in your life, what's going on? Things are not happening. I would like to say to you, you know what, if you take a step of, I didn't believe in God then, I just walked out, but God showed himself on that day. And I saw that God can answer a prayer. So God steps up when we have faith.
We have to read at a young age. It's important because we see ntho tse etsahalang maphelong a banana hore okay batho ba abusana kore ba abusa basadi ba ba bolaya. So when you think of hosane, it's possible hore ka ba ntate wa moradi, you have to take a stand hore mojito wa tlo monyalang ke nkile role e itseng ya hore hosane he will be the rightful man for moradi o waka. So we don't have to wait for ho etsale ntho empe be re kona re tlo intervening as the protect. You can protect batho bao before ho etsala le ntho empe. When you think of, ke batla example e sharp, when you think of mojita antsa hola neighborhooding ya hao, you can mentor them. Koro mo hule o re mfanak ke kile ke a walka journey ena, I was once 9 years le nna and ke experience itse ntho tse ding. So it's not necessary hore le wena o fete journey eo. Nka kgona ho mentora as mojita ko hule ko be pelaka ko rute di lessons tse itseng about life. So you can be a mentor. It's another way of protect.
We can have systems and models, we can have structures, we can have all the content and the knowledge and everything that we think we've got in place. If God is not in the beginning, God in your life is going to be a mess. There's a generation that's waiting for you, young men. Don't crawl off the altar. You have been donated to God. Behave like a donation. A donation, even if it's financial, a donation never dictates to the beneficiary. So now because ke donate na moruti tshotesi, everything we rekang kana tshwantse be bo ntho tsa di pulpiting le di bebele. The donation does not dictate to the beneficiary as to what to use the donation for. That is why when Samuel woke up in the temple, he woke up next to the ark.
And therefore I made up my mind that I need to have a vision for my life. I remember I got it was a red diary. I was 15 years old. There was a red diary. And I prayed to God and said, God, I'm going to write some of the things that I desire to see in my life. And not just for then. It was more like a long-term view. And I think those messages were mostly founded on Habakkuk, that, when you have a vision or desire something, write it down. So I broke my life into, I think it was 3 main areas. So one area was in terms of my spiritually, what do I want to see in my life? And then there were goals that I listed regarding my academics, basically academically. What is it that I want to achieve and what is it that I want to do? And the third one was regarding my profession. What do I want to be when I grow up? What do I want to, make a living out of? And then the fourth one was regarding relationships. What is my view of relationships?
So you need Jesus by faith too. That's what I'm going to tell you, because my life took a different turn after being into Jesus Christ, after abiding in Him. It took a very different turn because I tried so many things. After university, I went to say, okay, I need to close the gap with Kamjita, so that I can maybe close the gap because Gabona Magrisa was Safara and Dinto Hadikopanenix. And it frustrated me. But God is God. And I went Kaka Kopanale, the 5 P's of manhood. I got Jesus there. And everything took a different turn. I'm growing each and every day. So as a man, you need Him. Because He says, abide in me and I in you. And everything that you need, it will be in your life by faith.
There's a question that I want you to ponder upon. And that question is, how come people that are born in the same house, one ends up a good man, the other one ends up a black sheep. Same address, eating from the same table, raised by the same parents. You need to learn to value the fact that by creation, time, and positioning, God put you in a country called South Africa. If you don't realize that, one day you will be old and still moaning, complaining. Re complain ka maburu, jwale re complain ka ba batsho. Lefatshe lona ha le a fetoha. The place is still the same. And when God places you in a place, there are things in that place you need to dig out and discover, because get out.
If Ntate Mdimo a tseba planning ya rona hore in future tlamehile re ipeka and yet re bapalla hole ho yena, why? If as a leader o bapalla hole on Ntate Mdimo and o tseba vision and mission ya hao, whereas once you connected to him you can know hore wena o tseba o ya kae. And as a leader on a lead followers, obviously. If ke le blind and I'm leader family because of I'm blinded by envy, by anger, and ballast. No, I was very frustrated, yes, to see what ki tswile ka confidence e mnate hampe matric, whereas lefatse be le fitla. Not knowing or no, that them demonzara no, ki utlisa pela ka mora wa ka. Feta mona na pelo tlampo. And that's what I did. We can, one thing I'm really understanding the 5 P's is not who grammar, provider, protector. No, it's not who the grammar is. You have to understand on as much as I can be creator, provider, protector, but this system I feel late. Nka go fail.
It's something to hear from somebody who has already achieved in his life. And I was sitting there and I'm looking at all of you, and it dawns to me that at one stage in my life, I was his size. At one stage in my life, I was your age. I was your age. I was your age. And
It is the grace of God that helped me, and the discipline that was brought into my life by my parents, the instructions of my teachers, the teachings of my pastor, and all these things helped me to have a plan, to have a focus, to have a purpose. And because of that, I am where I am today. And we are giving you this yet again, that you also must be given such an opportunity. Everything you are doing in life today was given to you by word of mouth. Word of mouth. So, as we speak to you today, you can either catch the seed as a rich soil and bring forth the results in a few years to come. So, my daughter, it's in your hands. So you either hear or you don't hear. And we are saying to you, today we are sowing some seeds in your life, and those seeds must grow so that you become a strong man in life. Our next speaker, put our hands together once again for Ntate Morabe.
I'm a parent. Ke batla ho understand why Litsuba, And I asked all of them. Bontate ba lona ba tsuba, they said no. Ke tlo tabe ya ho tsuba linkile kae ba renkile sekolong. They lost their focus. Ka baka la ba ne ba bone bo mang ba etsa eng. Now, purpose, focus. Let's go to the next one, discipline. Discipline. And Ntate Maponya is an engineer, ne? And more in the space of project management. In project management, discipline to get to the timelines, to get to the agreed results. That is the most important thing. Ho finyella di goals tsa hao o hloka discipline. How's not discipline out of our Ask him. There's a big company in South Africa is struggling. You know what? Because the schedules because the organization didn't have the right discipline. And as a result, you know what happened? As a result, many people lost their jobs. But because certain people didn't have the right discipline, time frames, project ila safar. So in life, we also need to understand for us to achieve certain things, we need discipline. How to school us 9? How to school us 8? Make it a point 10 to 8 you are there. With discipline, again. How to homework? Make it a point to before you are betting you are disciplined. How to tomorrow test? It's about you read that chapter. You've got discipline. And let me tell you, who is the discipline? Who is it? I mean, today, you go to schools. You go to schools. I mean, we used to do that, But when you look back and you say, but how foolish were we? How to we are so foolish. We lack discipline. That's a mobile discipline costly. The business how discipline. As a matter of fact, last week and I said to him, hey, company ubulaga 8. Ke 10. Remi kantle. How many le molaetsa fela bontate ke busy ka eng,
Ga mo utlwa o teng ka tlung o bua ka cell phone ka mole. Yeah? Next time o tlo reng? O tlo reng next time? A ke o tlo rona re batlo mo support-a re le batho ba bo rona. Ha re batlo mo support. Kore that discipline fela ya hore ke tshwanetse kore discipline ya ho etsa dintho. O tshwanetse o bane le discipline. When you purpose to do something, you need to have discipline. Discipline. And again, especially the young guys, excuse me, body color mona. There's no discipline. There's no discipline. I mean, how it's painful. It's painful. But tell me, if God is the foundation of your life, never discipline. Never. Huh? If God is the foundation of our life, never focus. If God is the foundation, if your discipline is out of the way, because discipline it's by respect. And in we respect them, we respect. Do unto others as you would wish them to do unto you. So is straightforward. So you need that discipline, guys. Ohloka obane le discipline mo bophelong ba hao. And then here's another thing that I want to bring in. I give you purpose, give focus, ne? And then give discipline. And then there's this thing about Umbuagayona today. Optimism. Optimism. But I work optimism again happy. In life, we meet challenges. Anyway, how na project, how na anything else na challenge pilong. But when challenges come, what are two views in life? The one become a pessimistic view, the other one become an optimistic view. And if God is the foundation of your life, even in the midst of troubles, even in the midst of difficulties, you are bound to take an optimistic view about life because God is faithful. Huh? Because you understand that whatever you are doing, Mudimu will make it even in the midst of difficulties. So I'm saying to you guys, yes, people tend to give up easily. People tend to go into a pessimistic view easily because of challenges, because of difficulties. But I'm saying to you, you've got to be optimistic, optimistic. When you wake up every day, you say, with God on my side, I'm going to make it. With God on my side, I'm expecting great things. With God on my side, I'll be able to understand what I've been taught at school. With God on my side, I'll be able to use my abilities well today. With God on my side, I'll be able to do, I'll get to everything that I must do today. So you understand the person, the object. Who blind, ne? Who blind. How can the auto bomba judge chalete, bomba and all these things, it is a negativity in our lives, isn't it? We are one of our something about hey, no, all about income of it. All those things they are dear. They paralyze you as paralyzed as a man. Often sometimes say, have an optimistic view about life. How many any foundation here how? You will have an optimistic view about life. And then, Gama Petelum. I'm sure Pastor Mbongo to Rata. There are three things. One, yes, If God is the foundation of your life, how peeling J? How peeling J? There are three things that you need to understand. One, you need to be productive. Two, you need to be profitable. Three, you need to be fruitful. What do you want to do? Company, I say productive. But every day. They cannot be profitable. They cannot be. And then you have to do what you have to do every day in order to be profitable. And when you are profitable, how so profitable? So you don't need the excess, so not into then you are able to become fruitful. Then it cannot be, guys, that it's about us, But equally, you are not going to be fruitful if you haven't met the requirements of these two. First, you have to be productive. It means every day you must be productive. It means every day how you are better. You need to say, Morena, unomphile tse kana, ke entse unomphile tse kana di assignment, ke entse tse kana le kana le kana. Hosane o setse ithu ke tla di etsa hosane, Ha beke e fela, o di kopanya kaofela. O ba morena, unomphile dintho tse 6 ke di etse kaofela, ke di entse kaofela, then you are profitable. Again, how so profitable? Then o tla eng fulfillment, ne? Now, how so fulfillment? You are able to sow a seed in other people's lives. You're gonna say what no, now give fruitful. You are no longer selfish, but ukala ojala le maphelong a batho ba bang. Do you understand those three principles, guys? And a key principle tse lentse la modimo di buang ka tsona. Hore ha re beng productive, and productivity is about everyday thing. Hore every day o phelela eng? Are you reaching your goals towards your purpose every day? And then make a determination on whether a week you come back and say, so that you are able to learn every day. And then talk it's very important, guys. We all know the story. Ho omola fu at 5. Ahutaka 5. Okay? Morena, well done. Faithful servant. Well done. Oma fu at a pedi. Ahutaka pedi len, okay? Oiwan. Mamfa iwan agai. Agamagana kautsiba hope kileka chicken. So I'm saying, guys, today, let us understand this principle. Have a purpose, have a focus, discipline, have an optimistic view about life. And remember, every day, you have to be productive, you have to be profitable, and then lastly, you can be fruitful. Muta fruitful, ke ditholwana tsa di etsa di a bonahala ka ntle batho ba ja ho tswa ditholwaneng tsa hao. God bless you. Thank you so much, man.